Chronological Bible in 365 episodes. This is episode 227, continuing with Jeremiah 37 and including Ezekiel 1. And it happened, when the army of the Chaldeans left the siege of Jerusalem for fear of Pharaoh's army,
that Jeremiah went out of Jerusalem to go into the land of Benjamin to claim his property there among the people.
And when he was in the gate of Benjamin, the captain of the guard was there, whose name was Irijah, the son of Shelemiah, the son of Hananiah, and he seized Jeremiah the prophet, saying, "You are defecting to the Chaldeans."
Then Jeremiah said, "False! I am not defecting to the Chaldeans." But he did not listen to him. So Irijah seized Jeremiah and brought him to the princes.
Therefore the princes were angry with Jeremiah, and they struck him and put him in prison in the house of Jonathan the scribe, for they had made that the prison.
When Jeremiah entered the dungeon and the cells, and Jeremiah had remained there many days.
Then Zedekiah the king sent and took him out. The king asked him secretly in his house and said, "Is there any word from the Lord?" And Jeremiah said, "There is." Then he said, "You shall be delivered into the hand of the king of Babylon."
Moreover, Jeremiah said to King Zedekiah, "What offense have I committed against you, against your servants, or against this people, that you have put me in prison?"
"Where now are your prophets who prophesied to you, saying, 'The king of Babylon will not come against you or against this land'?
Therefore, please hear now, O my lord the king. Please let my petition be accepted before you, and do not make me return to the house of Jonathan the scribe, lest I die there."
Then Zedekiah the king commanded that they should commit Jeremiah to the court of the prison, and that they should give him daily a piece of bread from the baker's street, until all the bread in the city was gone. Thus Jeremiah remained in the court of the prison.
Now Shephatiah the son of Mattan, Gedaliah the son of Pashur, Jusel the son of Shelemiah, and Pashur the son of Malchiah heard the words that Jeremiah had spoken to all the people, saying,
"Thus says the Lord, he who remains in this city shall die by the sword, by famine, and by pestilence. But he who goes over to the Chaldeans shall live. His life shall be as a prize to him, and he shall live.
Thus says the Lord, this city shall surely be given into the hand of the king of Babylon's army, which shall take it."
Therefore the princes said to the king, "Please, let this man be put to death, for thus he weakens the hands of the men of war who remain in this city, and the hands of all the people by speaking such words to them. For this man does not seek the welfare of this people, but their harm."
Then Zedekiah the king said, "Look, he is in your hand, for the king can do nothing against you."
So they took Jeremiah and cast him into the dungeon of Malchiah, the king's son, which was in the court of the prison, and they let Jeremiah down with ropes. And in the dungeon there was no water, but mire. So Jeremiah sank in the mire.
Now Ebed-melech, the Ethiopian, one of the eunuchs, who was in the king's house, heard that they had put Jeremiah in the dungeon, when the king was sitting at the gate of Benjamin.
Ebed-melech went out of the king's house and spoke to the king, saying,
"My lord the king, these men have done evil in all that they had done to Jeremiah the prophet, whom they had cast into the dungeon, and he is likely to die from hunger in the place where he is, for there is no more bread in the city."
Then the king commanded Ebed-melech the Ethiopian, saying, "Take from here 30 men with you, and lift Jeremiah the prophet out of the dungeon before he dies."
So Ebed-melech took the men with him and went into the house of the king under the treasury, and took from there old clothes and old rags, and let them down by ropes into the dungeon to Jeremiah.
Then Ebed-melech the Ethiopian said to Jeremiah, "Please put these old clothes and rags under your armpits, under the ropes." And Jeremiah did so.
So they pulled Jeremiah up with ropes and lifted him out of the dungeon, and Jeremiah remained in the court of the prison.
Then Zedekiah the king sent and had Jeremiah the prophet brought to him at the third entrance of the house of the Lord. And the king said to Jeremiah, I will ask you something. Hide nothing from me.
Jeremiah said to Zedekiah, If I declare it to you, will you not surely put me to death? And if I give you advice, you will not listen to me.
So Zedekiah the king swore secretly to Jeremiah, saying, As the Lord lives, who made our very souls, I will not put you to death, nor will I give you into the hand of these men who seek your life.
Then Jeremiah said to Zedekiah, Thus says the Lord, the God of hosts, the God of Israel, if you surely surrender to the king of Babylon's princes, then your soul shall live. This city shall not be burned with fire, and you and your house shall live.
But if you do not surrender to the king of Babylon's princes, then this city shall be given into the hand of the Chaldeans. They shall burn it with fire, and you shall not escape from their hand.
And Zedekiah the king said to Jeremiah, I am afraid of the Jews who have defected to the Chaldeans, lest they deliver me into their hand, and they abuse me.
But Jeremiah said, They shall not deliver you. Please, obey the voice of the Lord, which I speak to you. So it shall be well with you, and your soul shall live.
But if you refuse to surrender, this is the word that the Lord has shown me.
Now behold, all the women who are left in the king of Judah's house shall be surrendered to the king of Babylon's princes. And those women shall say, Your close friends have set upon you and prevailed against you. Your feet have sunk in the mire, and they have turned away again.
So they shall surrender all your wives and children to the Chaldeans. You shall not escape from their hand, but you shall be taken by the hand of the king of Babylon, and you shall cause this city to be burned with fire.
Then Zedekiah said to Jeremiah, Let no one know of these words, and you shall not die.
But if the princes hear that I have talked with you, and they come to you and they say to you, Declare to us now what you have said to the king, and also what the king said to you. Do not hide it from us, and we will not put you to death.
Then you shall say to them, I presented my request before the king, that he would not make me return to Jonathan's house to die there.
Then all the princes came to Jeremiah and asked him, and he told them according to all these words that the king had commanded. So they stopped speaking with him, for the conversation had not been heard.
Now Jeremiah remained in the court of the prison until the day that Jerusalem was taken, and he was there when Jerusalem was taken.
Continuing in Ezekiel 1, Now it came to pass in the 30th year, in the 4th month, on the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river Chebar, that the heavens were opened, and I saw visions of God.
On the 5th day of the month, which was in the 5th year of King Jehoiakim's captivity,
the word of the Lord came expressly to Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans, by the river of Chebar, and the hand of the Lord was upon him there.
Then I looked, and behold, a whirlwind was coming out of the north, a great cloud with raging fire engulfing itself, and brightness was all around it and radiating out of its midst like the color of amber out of the midst of the fire.
Also from within it came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man.
Each one had 4 faces, and each one had 4 wings.
Their legs were straight, and their soles of their feet were like the soles of calves' feet. They sparkled like the color of burnished bronze.
The hands of a man were under their wings on their 4 sides, and each of the 4 had faces and wings.
Their wings touched one another. The creatures did not turn when they went, but each one went straight forward.
As for the likeness of their faces, each had the face of a man. Each of the 4 had the face of a lion on the right side. Each of the 4 had the face of an ox on the left side. And each of the 4 had the face of an eagle.
Thus were their faces. Their wings stretched upward. 2 wings of each one touched one another, and 2 covered their bodies.
And each one went straight forward. They went wherever the Spirit wanted to go, and they did not turn when they went.
As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, like the appearance of torches going back and forth among the living creatures, the fire was bright, and out of the fire went lightning.
And the living creatures ran back and forth, in appearance like a flash of lightning.
Now as I looked at the living creatures, behold, a wheel was on the earth beside each living creature with its 4 faces.
The appearance of the wheels and their workings was like the color of beryl, and all 4 had the same likeness. The appearance of their workings was, as it were, a wheel in the middle of a wheel.
When they moved, they went toward any one of 4 directions. They did not turn aside when they went.
As for their rims, they were so high they were awesome, and their rims were full of eyes all around the 4 of them.
When the living creatures went, the wheels went beside them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up.
Wherever the Spirit wanted to go, they went, because there the Spirit went, and the wheels were lifted together with them, for the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels.
Then those went, these went, when those stood, these stood, and when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up together with them, for the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels.
The likeness of the firmament above the heads of the living creatures was like the color of an awesome crystal, stretched out over their heads.
And under the firmament their wings spread out straight, one toward another. Each one had 2 which covered one side, and each one had 2 which covered the other side of the body.
When they went, I heard the noise of their wings, like the noise of many waters, like the voice of the Almighty, a tumult, like the noise of an army. And when they stood still, they let down their wings.
A voice came from above the firmament that was over their heads. Whenever they stood, they let down their wings.
And above the firmament, above their heads, was the likeness of a throne, in appearance like a sapphire stone. On the likeness of the throne was a likeness with the appearance of a man high above it.
Also from the appearance of his waist and upward I saw, as it were, the color of amber, with the appearance of fire all around within it. And from the appearance of his waist and downward I saw, as it were, the appearance of fire, with brightness all around.
Like the appearance of a rainbow in a cloud on a rainy day, so is the appearance of the brightness all around it. This was the appearance of the likeness of the glory of the Lord. So when I saw it, I fell on my face, and I heard a voice of one speaking.
And he said to me, Son of man, stand on your feet, and I will speak to you.
Then the Spirit entered me when he spoke to me, and set me on my feet. And I heard him who spoke to me.
And he said to me, Son of man, I am sending you to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that has rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me to this very day.
For they are impudent and stubborn children. I am sending you to them, and you shall say to them, Thus says the Lord God.
As for them, whether they hear or whether they refuse, for they are a rebellious house, yet they will know that a prophet has been among them.
And you, son of man, do not be afraid of them, nor be afraid of their words. Though briars and thorns are with you, and you dwell among scorpions, do not be afraid of their words, or dismayed by their looks, though they are a rebellious house.
You shall speak my words to them, whether they hear or whether they refuse, for they're rebellious.
But you, son of man, hear what I say to you. Do not be rebellious like that rebellious house. Open your mouth and eat what I give you.
Now when I looked, there was a hand stretched out to me, and behold, a scroll of a book was in it.
Then he spread it before me, and there was writing on the inside and on the outside, and written on it were lamentations and mourning and woe.
Moreover he said to me, Son of man, eat what you find, eat the scroll, and go, speak to the house of Israel.
So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat that scroll.
And he said to me, Son of man, feed your belly, and fill your stomach with this scroll that I give you. So I ate, and it was in my mouth like honey and sweetness.
Then he said to me, Son of man, go to the house of Israel, and speak with my words to them.
For you are not sent to a people of unfamiliar speech and of hard language, but to the house of Israel.
not to many people of unfamiliar speech and of hard language, whose words you cannot understand. Surely had I sent you to them, they would have listened to you.
But the house of Israel will not listen to you, because they will not listen to me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted.
Behold, I have made your face strong against their faces, and your forehead strong against their foreheads.
Like adamant stone, harder than flint, I have made your forehead. Do not be afraid of them, nor be dismayed at their looks, though they are a rebellious house.
Moreover, he said to me, Son of man, receive into your heart all my words that I speak to you, and hear with your ears.
And go get the captives to the children of your people, and speak to them and tell them, Thus says the Lord God, whether they hear or whether they refuse.
Then the Spirit lifted me up, and I heard behind me a great thunderous voice. Blessed is the glory of the Lord from his place.
I also heard the noise of wings of the living creatures that touched one another, and the noise of the wheels beside them, and a great thunderous noise.
So the Spirit lifted me up and took me away, and I went in bitterness, in the heat of my spirit, but the hand of the Lord was strong upon me.
Then I came to the captives of Tel Abib, who dwelt by the river of Shebar, and I sat where they sat, and remained there astonished among them 7 days.
You're listening to One Gospel with Heath and Holly. Be sure to like our videos and subscribe.